What's going on, guys? Russ Lyman here, and welcome back to another Top 3 Tuesday. In this week's episode, we're talking about game sequels. Shout out to TopSpot 123 for suggesting this topic. Now, oftentimes a game has great success and it permits a sequel. Sometimes the first game in the series does so great you want to see a sequel. And oftentimes companies try different things, add new mechanics, different gameplay, just to see where to take the series. Sometimes it's good and sometimes not so much. Coming in at number 3 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Now, this definitely took the formula of the first game and amped it up. There was more music that we grown to love, plenty of more skaters to choose from, tricks, secrets, unlockables. It even had a shop where you can buy power-ups, new skateboards, and moves. There were so many secrets in this game, I definitely spent hours trying to find them all and unlock everything. And I had a blast doing so. Would we see a remake of the first or second one? It's hard to say because it's definitely hard to license all those bands that were in those games. A lot of the contracts are now up and they would have to pay a lot of money to do so. But that won't stop me from going back to the original and playing it. Rock on! And coming in on number 2 on my list is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, the first game was great, and where else were they going to take it but add another character, Tails, and now you can have 2-player. This offered a 2-player split screen competition where you guys can play up against each other in a high score challenge and beating the level. Or you could just play the regular mode and your second player would play as Tails. This was optional if you had a little brother and sister and you wanted to play Sonic yourself. You just hand him the controller and yeah, Tails was pretty easy to control, and if he comes off screen he'll just fly back and meet up with you. It was the best. Now, they added so many great levels to this that are a staple to the franchise. And they didn't come up short on the music either. It still has a fantastic soundtrack. While Sonic was a staple for the Sega Genesis, Sonic 2 made it into the homes and hearts of everyone. And now moving on to my number 1 sequel. Companies often don't know where to go with a sequel once they made the first game, and sometimes they try something new. And that's what Konami did with Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. Whoa, hold your horses. I know so many people dump all over this game, but hear me out. The first game was more arcade experience, and the second one was more like an RPG adventure game. It had you going through towns and talking to people to find clues on how you could stop Dracula or find a special weapon. Now, yeah, they didn't lead you into the right place always, but this was explained in the manual. They were scared of Dracula and some of them were put on a curse to actually lie to you. Now, maybe you guys weren't as cool as me and had your issue of Nintendo Power here to give you all the tips and secrets on Castlevania 2 and where to look. Now, I definitely remember bringing this to school and looking through all the pages in here and the secrets. And by the time I got home, I knew where to go and what to do. Now, I know one thing this game does get praised for, and that's its amazing soundtrack. Let's just take a quick listen. Now, I know Castlevania set the bar in the series, but Castlevania Simon's Quest raised the bar on what the franchise would become. Castlevania Symphony of the Night wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for Castlevania 2 and its RPG elements, leveling up, and exploration. I know a lot of people don't like this game and I think they're jumping the gun or just following what other people say. But I say, make your own opinion, play the game and enjoy it. That's it for this week. Feel free to make a video response of your top 3 sequels or just let me know in the comment section down below. And as always gamers, I'm Russ Lyman and keep your world fun bit by bit. I'll see you next video. And I want to give a super shout out to all my Patreon supporters: Joey Ellis, George Sandoval, Joseph Riviera, Joe Sheevy, David Apuzzo, Maynard, Dr. Pest, Nintendo, Brian Culpepper, TechWizX, and everyone on my Patreon page. Link below if you want to join. And I'll see you guys later.